It's a time for the accordion man.
Oh man. All right. There's a garbage bucket over there by the doors. I think. I could be wrong. Okay, I'm gonna do a puppet show. A duck! A butterfly! Oh wait, that's a bird. Hold on.
Wonderful song. Give a round of applause for that wonderful number there.
As he always does.
Ja, sehr gut. She's a little German right now, but yeah, sehr gut. Here comes a Bobby and a Joanne dancing for you. Thank you, everyone. It's a Barbara Ralston at the keyboard. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Du lickst mir den Herzen, du lickst mir den Herzen, lickst mir den Herzen, du machst mir wenn's Nerz ist, weil ich wie glücklich dir bin. Ja, 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 weil ich wie glücklich dir bin. All right, get out of here. Volare. There we go, your time. That's all right. We're traveling through Europe.
Dominic the donkey.
Santa's got a little friend, his name is Dominic, the cutest little donkey, you never see him kick.
What'd I go through?
Bang, zoom.
Bang zoom.
I'm going to the moon.
See if I can read it.
Encore.
One more applause for Mr. Accordion Man. Freezing fingers. He still was able to play. Let's see if he can do this. I think, I guess I can read it from here.
Encore.
Now, the next little short story you're about to hear was made popular by the radio broadcaster Paul Harvey. Most people remember him from And Now You Know the Rest of the Story.
Now you know the rest of the story.
Page 2. For almost 50 years at this time of year, he would rebroadcast this time and time again, changing it slightly. Now, the man who I'm going to introduce you to was not a Scrooge. He was a kind, decent, mostly good man, generous to his family, upright in his dealings with other men. But he just didn't believe in all that incarnation stuff which the churches proclaim at Christmas time. It didn't make sense, and he was too honest to pretend otherwise. He just couldn't swallow the Jesus story about God coming to earth as a man. I'm truly sorry to distress you, he told his wife, but I'm not going with you to church this Christmas Eve. He said he'd feel like a hypocrite, that he'd much rather just stay home, but that he would wait up for them. And so he stayed, and they went to the midnight service. Shortly after the family drove away in the car, snow began to fall. He went to the window to watch the flurries getting heavier and heavier, and went back to his fireside chair and began to read his newspaper. Minutes later, he was startled by a thudding sound, then another, sort of a thump or a thud. At first, he thought someone must be throwing snowballs against his living room window. But then he went to the front door to investigate. He found a flock of birds huddled miserably in the snow. They'd been caught in a storm, and in a desperate search for shelter, had tried to fly through his large landscaped window. Well, he couldn't just let the poor creatures lie there and freeze, so he remembered the barn where his children sheltered their pony. That would provide a warm shelter if he could direct the birds to it. Quickly, he put on a coat, galoshes, tramped through the deepening snow to the barn. He opened the doors wide and turned on the light, but the birds did not come in. He figured food would entice them, so he hurried back into the house, fetched breadcrumbs, sprinkled them on the snow, making a trail to the yellow-lighted, wide-open doorway of the stable. But to his dismay, the birds ignored the breadcrumbs and continued to flap around helplessly in the snow. He tried catching them. He tried shooing them into the barn by walking around them waving his arms. Instead, they scattered in every direction, except into the warm, lighted barn. And then he realized that they were afraid of him. To them, he reasoned, I am a strange, terrifying creature. If only I could think of some way to let them know that they can trust me, that I am not trying to hurt them, but to help them. But now, because any movie made tended to frighten them, confuse them, they would just not follow. They would not be led or shooed because they feared him. If only I could be a bird, he thought to himself, and mingle with them and speak their language. Then I could tell them to not be afraid. Then I could show them the way to the safe, warm barn. But then I would have to be one of them so they could see and hear and understand. At that moment, the church bells rang. The sound reached his ears above the wind as he stood there listening to the bells. Adeste Fideles, listening to the bells pealing the glad tidings of Christmas. and he sank to his knees in the snow. And now Diane is here